Today we are going to see one new scenario, and the scenario is, let's see what is the title. Deploy the Java based Tomcat application on Kubernetes step by step. So let's see the scenario in detail. A new Java-based application is ready to deploy on the Kubernetes cluster. The deployment team had a meeting with the DevOps team to share the Kubernetes and application scope. The team is ready to set up a application stack for it under their existing cluster. Below you can find the detail for it. Create a namespace, name the Tomcat namespace data center. Create a deployment for Tomcat app, which should be named as the Tomcat deployment data center under the same namespace you created. Replica count should be the one and the container name should be the Tomcat container data center. The image should be the GCR IO CentOS SSH enable Tomcat and its container port is the 8080. Create a service for Tomcat app which should be named as the Tomcat Service Data Center under the same namespace you created. Service type should be the node port and the node port should be 3227 and you can use any label as per your choice. So here main goal is Java app team want to deploy the app and the DevOps team is going to create the deployment Tomcat deployment and the service file so that team can deploy their application. So let's see how we are going to achieve this one. So below are the our all the YAML file. So let's see all the YAML file one by one. First one is the YAML file for the namespace. API version of the namespace is v1. Kind is namespace and metadata name of the namespace is Tomcat namespace data center. Now let's see the deployment file. API version is the app v1. Kind is deployment. Metadata name of the deployment is Tomcat deployment data center. And namespace in which the deployment is going to deploy it the Tomcat namespace data center. And the label is the Tomcat app colon Tomcat and a spec is replica one. We want one replica of the Tomcat servers and the selector is match labels app equal to Tomcat. Then template in metadata we have the label app equal to Tomcat. As per this label only is going to identify with that pod and between deployment and services. In the specs part container name we have the Tomcat container data centers and image name we have this image name and port of the container is the container port is 8080. Now let's see the deployment file of the services. So API version of service is v1, kind is the services, metadata we have the Tomcat service data center, name of the service is the Tomcat namespace data center. Then a specs in type of the service is the node port. Then selectors by this help only is going to identify the port. So app colon equal to Tomcat ports we have the service port we have 8080, target port means container port we have the 8080 and node port we have the 3227. After that we are going to apply this all the YAML file. If you want to apply all the YAML file at a one shot then we need to give the triple dash before starting of each YAML files. Then once you applied it's showing that namespace is created, deployment is created and service is created. Same thing we can verify by the help of kubectl get all hyphen n and namespace in which all the things are deployed. The pod is, you can see pod is created and running fine. Service is created with the node port as per the requirement. Then deployment is created and all by one is it's running fine. Then replica set is created. Replica set makes sure the number of the should be the running always. Then we are going to access this Tomcat application in browsers by the help of the node IP and the node port, whatever we have defined. You can replace the node IP with your cluster node IP. So let's see how we are going to do this in our production clusters. So first copy the YAML file, all the YAML file. So let's me copy. So I have copied it. Now let's go to our production cluster, create one file vi, let's say pod.yml, then paste it whatever we have copied, then save it except colon wq, then apply it by the help of kubectl, apply -f, then YAML file name pod.yml, then press enter. So we can see our namespace is created, deployment is created, and then service file is also created. So let's double verify all the resource whatever created. So we created in this namespace. So let's see in this namespace. So kubectl get all -n, then namespace in which the all resources are created. Press enter. So we can see the one pod is running one by one, and then we have the service, and service is also created with the container port or service port 8080, and node port is this one. Then we have deployment one by one, means is running fine. Then replica set, we have one pod. Okay, and let's see in the browser whether by the help of the node IP and node port whether it's running or not. So it's opening the browser. Let's wait. So we can see our app is deployed successfully in the Tomcat server. Thank you and happy learning. See you in the next video.